Και αμέσως επανερχόμαστε και να συνεχίσουμε το story του Honkai στα Rail. Τι ανέβαινα! Τι κάνεις? Πώς είσαι? Πώς μου τα περνάς? Καλημέρα, καλή Κυριακή!
I don't believe in ghosts.
Πάω λάθος. Μια φορά να έρθω από αυτή την πλευρά και να το πάω σωστά.
What is your purpose for entering the seat of divine foresight?
Τζουτζούκο, θέλω να σε ξαναδώ. Μακριά σου δεν μπορώ. Εγώ άλλο να δω. Τζουτζούκο, λέει ο νέμερος του
Earlier at the
Θεσσαλονίκα.
Palace of Astral, I introduced these guests from the Astral Express to you, Elder White. But with all the people around, we only exchanged pleasantries. Now, I'd like to officially introduce them to you. These three braved great dangers, accompanying me to perilous places, defeating the chief culprit Fantilia, and uncovering the conspiracies of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus.
Δεν περπατείς για να πάω στον καφέ σου.
If you
Τίμιο.
wish to know more, please, feel free to ask us.
Well,
Και πόσο
I
μακριά είναι το
skimmed
μαγαζί για
through
το
the
καφέ?
reports about
Δηλαδή,
the
ωριακάκι το
Arbiter's
σήμερα δεν
rebirth
πήγα
from
να
the
πάω.
Master
Απ'
Diviner
έξω.
Hushin.
Ήρθε απ' έξω, αλλά δεν πήγα να τον πάρω.
She's been summoned to the Yuchue for questioning. There are a lot of doubts within the Alliance about this whole
Τότε πήγαινε
situation.
και το βραδινό καφέ, βρε έξω. 10 να πας, 10 να γυρίσεις. 20 λεπτά, τις 1 η ώρα. Τα
Since
παιδιά
you
δεν
joined
έχεις
the
experience.
ranks, you have repeatedly achieved remarkable feats. After the High Cloud Quintet each went their separate ways, despite the many criticisms within the Alliance, the Marshals still stood firm against the dissenting voices and entrusted the lawful to you.
Έναν πίνεις,
Over the
δεν μπορείς
years,
δεύτερο, ρε.
you've served the
Δεν
Alliance with
θες
loyalty
ή
and
δεν
wisdom.
κάνει?
You've taken down abominations in Thalassa, rescued the Xianzhou Yuchue from a siege, and destroyed the demonic planet summoned by the denizens of abundance. I still remember those battles vividly. There are fools who doubt your loyalty.
Κατάλαβα.
They're happy to see the divine foresight fail because it gives them some kind of sick satisfaction. They haven't achieved anything of their own, so they feed off the failures of others. But I've seen enough failures in my time, and I want to believe that your loyalty has never wavered.
So, General Fei Xiao of the Yao Qing is the only one investigating the Ambrosial Arbor crisis on behalf of the Alliance?
No. I am too.
This
Keep
old man's
posing.
words always catch me off guard.
The Marshal ordered me to come to the Xianzhou Laofu, but the document only says, attend the war dance and listen to Fei Shao's questioning. No need for that. You're all important witnesses. The Marshal is well aware of Jing Yuan's purpose in holding the ceremony and understands the situation he is facing. She mentioned it because she believes both issues are important.
Thanks for your kindness and sincerity, Elder Huayan. But is it appropriate to tell everyone here about the Marshal's orders?
By introducing the Express's witnesses to me alone, aren't you aiming to discern the intentions behind both my actions and Fei Shao's? And whether
Πω, τον
there's
διάβασε.
discord between us?
Τον διάβασε, τι είπα.
Since I'm being open and honest with you, I encourage you young folk to do the same. As for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, all I need to do is listen. General Fei Xiao will be the one asking the questions. To be honest, I'm more concerned about the timely start of the war dance. Oh, by the way, I've prepared a gift for the war dance.
Okay.
Yes, it's this case right here.
Οκ, δεν είναι ξύλο, δεν είναι μέταλλο. Οκ.
There will be numerous contests and celebrations during the war dance, and the main event will be the Ringmaster's Challenge. The host will dispatch a skilled warrior to take on challengers from all over the cosmos, showcasing the excellent martial arts of the Xianzhou Laofu. When you mentioned that the Astral Express would be attending the ceremony, I thought the High Elder of the Laofu would be the Ringmaster.
Αλλά. Oh!
You humor me, Elder Huayan. The healer lady is just a young lady who knows nothing about martial arts. How can I assign her as the ringmaster?
Καλή δύναμη, θείο. Θα σε περιμένουμε. Linator. Μαλάκα, πότε πρόλαβε και έγραψε. Μπράβο, ρε Μάκη. Thank you.
Why don't you open it, General Huayan?
Περίεργη
The
μάλιστα.
sword case is intended for the War Dance's award. It's empty now, but in a few days, a precious sword will be delivered and stored inside. I don't mean to boast about our skills, but this sword represents the pinnacle of the Juming's craftsmanship. It has a legendary history, full of heroic tales from foreign lands, tales that are too detailed to be summarized in just a few words. Since the delegation delivering the sword hasn't arrived yet, I'll just leave the case here for now. I've been wondering who would be worthy of such a sword. And then it hit me. I can award it to the champion of the Ringmaster's Challenge. The ceremony's champion is sure to be a perfect match for the sword.
Και κερδίζει μπάιλ.
Moreover, I hear that Yen Qing is an excellent swordmaster, and that he will be representing the Laofu as the Ringmaster. So it seems like a perfect gift for him.
Thank you for your generosity, Elder Huayan.
If you want to give me a sword, just say the word, Grandpa.
Αχ, να το
No need to beat
χτυπήσω.
around the bush.
Δώσε.
You've got confidence, my girl, but I don't think you can best Yen Qing.
I know you're all about swords, Miss Yunli. It's just a shame that it's the sword that ultimately chooses its rightful master.
Yeah, and even if someone gets their hands on such a precious sword, it'll probably end up in someone else's.
Δώσε.
The outcome of our duel at the Alchemy Commission is still up in the air. Since you're interested, why don't you represent the Xianzhou Juming and challenge me in the ring?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Nobody knows who's gonna come out on top. It could be me, could be someone else. It'll probably be me. But whatever happens, it won't be him. Not to be rude or anything, we've been watching their drama. I'm dying to find out who beats who.
Μόλις χαμένη.
Quiet down. We have other guests here. I've prepared this sword to add some excitement to the ceremony, not to have you two squabble. It's not a good look for the Alliance. While you both seem confident that you'll win, you need to remember there can only be one winner and one loser in the ring, which could lead to hard feelings. Actually, I have an idea. We don't know who the winner will be, and it might not be either of you. But if you're eyeing that prize, you'll need to work together. I want you to take on an apprentice who will take part in the war dance and win at least one match.
The fuck?
How does that make sense?
Στέρεο,
In my
μαλάκα,
humble
στέρεο.
opinion, while a Cloud Knight is commendable by securing victories, it's even more so to pass on your skills and spread the way of swordplay.
Uh-oh.
I'd be greatly pleased if this apprentice could represent the Express in the war dance by displaying their Cloud Knight flair and prowess.
Well, Elder Huayan's idea is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills requires teamwork, and both the winner and the loser will learn a valuable lesson regardless of the outcome. The question is, whom should the two of them take as an apprentice?
Ναι!
Huh?
Γιατί είναι τοξότρια!
Wait, me?
I noticed just now that Miss March seemed quite interested in the outcome of your sword fight. So I thought, why not teach her the art of swordplay?
Oh, wait. Are you serious, General?
What?
Why am I being dragged into this all of a sudden? I've never practiced swordplay before. I'm a total newbie. You really think I can learn it? Well, you'll probably realize I have no hope and give up on me. And that'd be so embarrassing.
Μας έρχεται πεντάστερη Μάρτς. Just accept your fate, March.
Isn't this a perfect chance for you? I remember you mentioning that you wanted to learn some sword moves.
Yeah, I did say that. But this is all happening so quickly, don't you think?
Miss March is like a piece of jade in the rough, just waiting to be shaped. The war dance is the perfect opportunity to see what heights she can reach.
I appreciate your kind words, General YN. But won't teaching me swordplay be a waste of Yanqing and Yunli's time? They should be preparing for the ceremony. Plus, I heard that each swordmaster has their own special moves. What if they let something slip while teaching me? If everyone knows
Θα είναι
each
δικιά σου
other's
μαλακία, δεν θες
tactics,
εσύ.
won't that make it hard to catch people off guard during the war dance? That's considerate of you, March 7th. But don't worry. It'll take you at least a decade of hard training before you can even start learning special moves. No need to freak out. A few Juming swordplay tricks will mean you'll be more than equipped. Really?
Looks like March's curiosity has been piqued.
The
Ω
whole point
μαλάκα,
is to
δεν
know
μπορώ.
each other's moves. Defeating your opponent in just one move? How boring would that be? Plus, what really decides a swordsman's fate isn't some special move. It's the solid fundamentals.
So Miss Yunli has already agreed. What do you say, Yanqing?
General, I haven't graduated yet. How can I be qualified to teach swordplay to others?
So you're admitting your defeat, huh? If you're not even confident to teach,
Όχι.
why don't you let me be
Mhm.
the ringmaster instead?
Yanqing, teaching an apprentice is also a way of honing your own skills and gaining insights. You've been an apprentice for years. It's about time you looked at swordplay from another perspective.
I see, General. Then count me in.
Now that Yanqing has agreed too, it all comes down to Miss March giving her nod.
It's up to you to make the final decision, March.
At least that way, I won't have to worry about you accidentally shooting me in the butt all the time.
Hey, I've never missed my target. Then I'm on board. Thank you for your kindness, General YN.
Μαλάκα, δεν μπορώ.
Starting tomorrow, Yanqing and Yunli will teach you the basics of the Cloud Knight's swordplay. Yunli and I will head out and purchase some sword practice equipment for Miss March. Think of it as a little
Αλλά
initiation.
λατρεύω που έχουν βάλει παραπάνω voice over στο πρωταγωνιστή και πετάγεται με και λέει καφρέλες στη Μάρτς.
You're giving me a gift? Shouldn't it be the other way around? General YN's gone. Wait, why does something feel off about what we talked about? I think we strayed off topic. How did things even get to this point?
Yeah, I brought you here because the General said he had some important matters to discuss. But how in the world did Yun Li and I suddenly become Miss March's swordplay mentors?
Because General Huaiyan wants us to stick around on the Luofu for some time. But from his point of view, we're no different from all the other tourists who may leave at any time. Since the crew's actions were mentioned in the Luofu's operations log were given to the Alliance, he probably wants to see firsthand if we're as capable as the report claims, or if we're just some made-up excuse to save face. And he wants to see it for himself during the war dance, which is why he even dragged Yun Li into this. What began as a simple contest between two sword masters has now evolved into you two collaborating to mentor March.
Elder Huayan is still that tricky general who likes to give everyone a headache. My apologies. Truth be told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because I wished for you to act as my witnesses. I apologize for not disclosing this information earlier. In the coming weeks, I'll also invite all of you to a meeting with General Fei Xiao, where you may need to answer her questions and clear up any doubts she might have. So please, be prepared for the meeting.
Don't worry, General. No matter what happens,
Εντάξει, ο Dan King έχει φάει πολύ ραμπόφ από Χίμετο και Welt, έτσι. Είναι ένας και ένας για αυτή τη δουλειά.
Thank you, everyone.
General, I know there isn't much I can do to share your burden, but... As the Luofu Ringmaster, I won't let anyone defeat me in the war dance.
I know.
The illustrious Merlin's Claw waiting for me? And for so long, too? It's quite an honor. It's been a while, General Fei Xiao.
It's been 30 years since we last saw each other. Right, Yukong?
Yes. Back then, you were the vanguard of the Yao Qing's Verdant Knights, and I was a pilot of the Luofu's Rainbow Orbit Fleet. Who would have thought that upon meeting again, you'd be a general, and I'd have given up flying? Really does feel like a lifetime ago. Well, I wouldn't say I haven't seen you in 30 years. After all, your great victories are announced through the Yellow Bell resonance system every day. So I'm well aware of your great feats. How's your health holding up?
Still stable, I suppose. Do you still remember the medic who saved me in battle?
That healer with the odd name and peculiar temperament. What was his name again? Was it Pichu? Or Kachio?
Jiao Chou. He's been my retainer and personal healer, delegated by the Alchemy Commission from the Xianzhou Yao Qing. Over the years, he's dedicated himself to managing my condition. It's thanks to him that I'm still in good health today. Given my background, I'm happy to have made it this far.
I'm relieved to know that you're safe and sound. Well then, since you and Elder Huaiyan are here, I imagine you must have received orders from the Marshal? As your friend, may I ask how the Alliance intends to punish the General of the Luofu?
The Arbor's rebirth has frightened the Elders who lurk behind the scenes. They fear the resurgence of abominations, much like what happened 30 years ago. Although the report from the Luofu explained all the details, we don't know if the Ruin Legion really invaded, or how exactly the Stellaron Hunters and the Astral Express became involved.
Ο Μάρσαλ είναι πάνω από General, ναι. Ο Μάρσαλ είναι σαν τον διοικητή του στρατού.
Who mysteriously disappeared many years ago has resurfaced. This time, she has brought along an outworlder and a coffin, claiming to offer the Marshal a method to fight against the Eons. The Luofu Preceptor has also leveled accusations against Jingyuan for neglecting the Alliance's principles. She asserts that Jing Yuan enabled the exiled Imbibitor Lunae to re-enter the law, thereby unlocking the lunarescent depths within Scale Gorge waterscape, which in turn disrupted the Videotera's dutiful watch over the ambrosial arbor.
Όχι.
It is for these reasons that I have come here to the Lawfu
Σκέψου ότι ο Marshall
Well,
είναι
duty
πάνω από
calls.
τους Generals.
Perhaps I shouldn't have
Ωραία.
mentioned all of this
Ένα
to
level.
an uninvolved person.
Αυτό.
But since we once fought together, I didn't want to keep you in the
Είναι,
dark.
ας πούμε ότι
Perhaps
οι Generals...
you didn't hear any of this.
Αχ, δεν θυμάμαι πώς πάει παραπάνω μετά. Τα ελληνικά.
I understand.
Είναι διοικητής με υποδιοικητή.
Sorry,
Αυτό.
I was out of line.
Σκέψου.
I know I shouldn't be defending General
Αν και
Jing
Marshall
Yuan
είναι
right
σχετικά
now.
δύσκολο rank. Δεν υπάρχουν πολλοί Marshall.
You know how I am. The Lawfu has enjoyed centuries of stability since the end of the sedition of Imbibitor Lunae, much of which can be attributed to General Jing Yuan's masterful strategizing. Unfortunately, for long-life species, enduring through the ages always culminates in a failure that undoes all previous achievements, a moment that our adversaries relish.
That's true.
Λες, να έχουμε
And that's
Marshall
why I'm
χαρακτήρα.
also here for another purpose. To visit Hule.
Who λέει? Who let the dogs out?
That Hule? The Borisin warhead? The same Hule who has been imprisoned in the shackling prison for over 7 centuries?
Πόσα χρόνια ζουν?
Nemesis of the Foxians who will never be forgiven and shall be imprisoned until the end of the cosmos. I can't quite remember the exact wording, but yes, the very same Hule.
Usually, only emissaries from the Xianzhou Yaoqing Skyfaring Commission visit him once every century. Why do you have to visit him now, of all times?
The Foxians and the Alliance made a pact to combat the abominations, aiming to achieve justice and free their kin. That werewolf monster is to be forever imprisoned in the dark recesses of the
Ναι,
shackling
αυτό δηλαδή,
prison,
εντάξει, και 700
facing
χρόνια too
unending
much δεν είναι.
retribution. Given the situation on the Lawfu, those on the Yaoqing are concerned about
Ήταν
Hule's
7 αιώνες
imprisonment.
φυλακισμένος.
I'm afraid that the routine visit every century is no longer sufficient to ease their concerns. That's why I was sent here.
Όχι.
To reassure
Αιώνες,
them.
το century είναι ο αιώνας.
It's
Ωραία.
all bad news.
Το ίον όμως έχει άλλη βαρύτητα.
Well, not everything. There might be a silver lining. Oh, by the way, I found some clues about the thing you asked for.
Tell me more.
Τι ψάχνει η Yukong?
The Verdant Knights followed the route you mentioned and discovered the wreckage of the Whistling Flame ship. Unfortunately, there were no survivors and no cargo.
Α, τη φίλη της.
However, someone had already been on the scene before we arrived.
Our people? Or someone from the IPC?
No, neither. Yukong, have you heard of a person named Ron May?
Πώς τα βλέπουνε ρε φίλε. Δεν είχαμε να κάνουμε δουλειά με τη Ruan May που έλεγε πριν η Χίμεκο.
I'm still feeling sleepy. Did I oversleep? Where did March and Donhung go?
Τι κάνεις Βαγγελάκο? Τι κάνεις Βαγγελάκο? Πώς είσαι? Όλα καλά? Α?
There you are.
Hello!
It's an honor to learn from you, Master Yanqing. Oh, in all those immersions and novels I watched, when apprentices want to pay their respects to their masters, they usually bring fancy gifts, kneel, and bow. I'm really sorry, but I
haven't prepared anything yet. Hey, why are you blushing, Master Yanqing?
This is, the first time someone has called me master. I need to, get used to it. Let me make it clear. Swordplay training is about improving your body, mind, and strength. It's not a casual game you can master overnight. I promised General Huayan that I'd teach you Cloud Knight swordplay, so you can participate in the war
Μάλλον θα δούμε March με κατάνα. Δεν ξέρω.
I'll do my best, but if you break your master's rules...
Fine. A promise is a promise. Since I promised to study hard, I'll do my best starting today.
March με κατάντια. Η πλάκα ότι παίζει να καταλήξει σε καμία March πεντάστερη αργότερα με κατάνα και να γελάσουμε.
Don't be too easy on her.
Danheng, do you even have a heart? Did you lose it somewhere?
Την πήρε η Μπάιλου.
Where's Yunli?
I've found a quiet spot in the back garden of the Palace of Astrum for our first lesson
Whoop.
together.
Avoided the question. Θα παίξουμε March.
Seriously? It's the first day and you two are already late? Why is everyone on the Luofu so laid back? So disappointing.
Master Yunli, you're already here. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Καλώς τον επιβίωσε. Πώς ήταν η βόλτα στη ζέστη.
Were you trying to teach her in secret? That's sneaky.
I'm just showing you what Luofu etiquette is all about. She might be my apprentice, but it's customary for the master to personally escort their apprentice to the place of learning. As the host, I'll be teaching Miss March the essence of Luofu's swordplay, after which she'll emerge victorious in the war dance ring. You won't be complaining about Luofu's swordplay then.
Γεια σου, Τζο.
Stand aside, rookie. Let me show you how we Juming sword masters treat their
Είχα μια βόλτα, λέει, για καφέ με κάτι βεδουίνους.
Quickly. Over here, Miss March. This is a reverse mentorship gift from me to you. I hope you put it to good use.
Έχουμε ντυσμό.
What's this? Xianzhou clothing? It's so beautiful.
Πάντα, όχι, εντάξει, μαλακία θα ήταν αυτό που πήγα να πω.
Precise movements. This outfit is tailored to fit perfectly and allows for smooth movements. I even added some small accessories. I put a lot of thought into it.
Σκεφτόμουν μήπως η March πρακτικά ήταν από κάποιο καταστραμμένο πλοίο που άνοιγε κάποια στιγμή στο Xianzhou Alliance. Αλλά θα ήταν μαλακία, δηλαδή οι δύο main side characters να ήταν από το ίδιο μέρος. Και όλο φεύγω το τέλος πριν να δω. Γιατί θα παίξεις ποτέ Honkai για να μην δεις το τέλος? Γεια σου, Καπώνε. Ποιο πάνω μωρέ έκανες? Που είπε bye αλλού. Αυτή δεν είναι Yunli, αυτή είναι Zuli, αλλά τέλος πάντων.
Can you compete with me? I'll teach March 7th the essence of Juming swordplay so she can win the contest with
Μόλις πήγα για
my sword
κατούρμα, πώς
skills.
φάνηκε.
Actually, I've prepared something too.
Huh? You have a gift for me too, Master Yanqing?
Since you want to learn swordplay, Miss March, you'll need suitable weapons. So, I went out of my way to prepare a pair of swords overnight. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to ask the craftsman to customize the swords for you, but I did my best to choose ones that look nice and are suitable for a beginner. I hope you like them, Miss March.
Λοιπόν, παιδιά, μην ξεχνάτε, πάρτε μέρος για το Festival, Fantasy Festival 2024. Ωραία. Κάτω εξαργυρώστε για να πάρετε μέρος για τις προσκλήσεις που θα δοθούν για το Fantasy Festival. Και πείτε και στον τροχό που είναι ο 7ετής τροχός της ομάδας.
I'm so lucky to have two great masters. But why does it feel like things are getting a bit weird?
Bit. Δεν ήθελες να είσαι μέρος του δράμα.
So, what do you think, Masters? Does this
Aw.
outfit suit me?
Perfect. I chose it carefully. It's perfect for beautiful young swordswomen like you and me.
All right, let's get started with the training. The person next to me is a Cloud Knight instructor I've brought in. For your first lesson, try exchanging a couple of moves with him.
Wait. We're having actual combat training for the first lesson? Isn't that a bit too intense?
Τζο, το κουμπάκι είναι κάτω στις εξαργυρώσεις του καναλιού.
The first
Τι είναι
thing
αυτό?
we're going
Μπράβο.
to do
Μπράβο
is
το
see
κορίτσι.
just how strong your fundamentals are. Come on. Step forward and
Επίσης.
strike with the sword in the most natural way you can think of. It's important for us to grasp your natural movements so we can decide where to start and what you need to learn.
If you're ready, let's begin.
Επίσης, θαυμαστικό είναι BGS. Έχουμε 2 giveaways σήμερα.
Are you ready?
Όχι.
Yeah, I'm ready. But please go easy on me.
Then I apologize in advance, Miss March.
Aww.
Please have some tea.
Pay close attention, Miss March. Lawfu
Sifu's
swordplay is
attacks
all
can
about being
accumulate
swift
charge
and
for
agile in your movements.
What?
Strike with heart.
Yes, you! Ignore him. Strength is everything. Right on time.
Like this?
Well done. Time for swordplay. Practice is over. Swords descend.
Yes, you! Strike! Severing mountains!
I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Η καινούργια March, ναι, αλλά δεν ξέρω. Θα δούμε. Θα διέξει νεκροψία.
Here you go, Master.
Right on time. Yes, you!
Slap.
Right on time. Yes, you!
A one-time enemy.
Oh, I get it. With a true heart and focused mind, here I come.
Right on time.
How many can you
Δηλαδή τι, βαράει ο... Οπ, τι έχουμε εδώ.
Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this.
What are you mumbling about?
Isn't this a sword technique? Shouldn't I be saying something cool?
Αλλά καγάμισε.
Yes, you! Time for swordplay.
Αλλά δεν μπορώ με τη March. Δεν μπορώ. Πώς έπλεξε το smoothie με την εκπαίδευση.
bladed? Flight. Swords descend. Strike with heart.
Awesome. All right, check out this move.
Μαλάκα τι κόβει όμως.
What are you made of?
Πρέπει να το ξαναδώ αυτό.
What I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this.
Εντάξει, η Μάρτς απλά είναι υπέροχη. Η Μάρτς είναι απλά υπέροχη.
Here you go, Master.
Time for swordplay. Within the self,
Slap. I could take tech. Yeah.
right on time.
How many can you block?
Θεωρητικά αυτό το θες με το να το βάλεις στο πιο γρήγορο χαρακτήρα για να παίζει περισσότερες φορές.
I didn't expect the first lesson to be so intense.
Miss March has quick hands and a flexible body. She's a perfect fit for practicing Lawfu swordplay.
However, she lacks strength, and her strikes were a bit unfocused. But don't worry, that's totally normal for beginners.
Ναι, Μάκη, ναι, η follow-up attack team.
She'll make heaps of progress.
Jin Yuan.
Given the situation, I believe Miss March should start by working on her strength.
Seriously, do you actually know anything about swordplay, or what?
I could ask you the same thing. Dual swords require agility. So what's more important than footwork?
Instead of focusing on her strengths, we should address her weaknesses. The drawback of wielding two swords is not generating enough force. What good is being quick on your feet if you don't have strength? It's not like we're dancing here.
Skilled sword masters know how to play to their strengths and work on their weaknesses. Start with what you're good at, then tackle your weaknesses. That's the right way to learn.
You're quite the theorist, huh?
Theorist? You claim to be able to
Ναι,
talk
Κλάρα
with
είναι θα ήταν
swords.
όντως καλύτερη από τον Jin Yuan. Η αλήθεια είναι.
A lunatic?
Hey, it's only my first lesson, and you're already arguing. Come on, calm down, Masters. I'll have to improve both my footwork and strength anyway, so it doesn't matter which one comes first.
But it does matter. Just listen to me, March 7th.
Aww.
Καημένο κορίτσι. Καημένη Μαρτσούλα. Άρα τώρα πρέπει να δείξω και τη Μάρτς. Ένα πάντα να χεστείτε. Επίσης, wait.
We did it! This is what they mean by no pain, no gain.
Οπότε τώρα έχουμε και τέτοια. Σκατά, θα πω.
Dear Himeko, Mr. Yang, and Pom Pom, we're all good here on the Xianzhou Lafu, so no need to worry. By the way, how's your trip going? As for me, I've somehow become the apprentice to 2 Cloud Knight sword masters, and I've been honing my sword skills with their guidance. One of them is Yenqing, the boy we've all met before. The other is Yun Li, the granddaughter of General Hua Yan from the Xianzhou Juming. Both masters are super strict, giving me a real taste of how hard sword training can be. I tried to drag him into this, but he refused. Then I tried to rope Dan Heng in,
Προφανώς και όχι.
Yangching wouldn't have it. Still, I didn't let the difficulty get to me. In just a few weeks, my sword skills have improved a lot. Both my masters think I have unique talents in swordplay and are literally fighting each other to teach me their skills. Thanks to their guidance, I've actually made some progress. When I get back to the Express, I'll definitely show off my skills and impress you all. Looking forward to your reply. Yours, March 7th.
Tennis elbow. Γιατί tennis elbow? Ποιος ξέρει το tennis στο Honkai?
Well done.
Miss March's sword skills are really coming along. She'll hold her own just fine in the war dance.
IPC?
Just you wait and see. I'll show off my skills in the ring and win a match. I'll make both of you proud.
Δεν έχω πιάσει το train of thought σου, Μάκη. Κάπου κάτι έχασα. Δεν έχω καταλάβει τι εννοείς.
Now I understand why Grandpa always had a grin on his face while training me.
Are you sure he wasn't laughing at you?
Oh, shut up.
It's all thanks to your amazing guidance,
Α,
Master.
ποιος ξέρει για το tennis.
Miss March, you're really getting the hang of wielding dual swords. If you're keen on
Είχε tennis στο
advancing,
πενακόνι.
trying out
Με τους
different
Aipis.
Xianzhou blades can improve your touch.
Oh, let me see. Which sword is the most powerful? Single sword? Great sword? Or maybe a flying sword?
There's no such thing as the most powerful sword. It's all about the skill of the sword master. Yanqing wields several flying swords, while I only wield one. But remember how I kicked his butt at the Alchemy Commission?
First, you didn't kick my butt. Second, you'll never kick my butt. Third, how about we settle this right now and see who kicks whose butt?
Yeah, I'm up for that. And if I kick your butt, you'll drop out of the war dance. Deal?
Why are you two arguing again? I thought things had been improving between you lately.
Never. Σε στέρεο.
There was talk that the leading disciples of the Luofu and Juming generals were supposed to face off in the war dance, but for some reason, they suddenly teamed up to train an apprentice of their own. Turns out, the rumors are true.
Για σου άργησες λίγο. Για δεν θυμάμαι καθόλου το tennis στο πενακόνι.
Tomorrow is the big day of the war dance. Shouldn't you two be focusing on honing your skills instead of teaching swordplay here?
You're... Oh, that's right. You're the pink-haired fox from the Yaoqing.
This is Mr. Jiaoqiu, the healer working for the general of the Xianzhou Yaoqing.
Ah, got it. So, you're the participant attending the war dance on behalf of the Yaoqing. And you were trying to sneak a peek at our training?
Sorry for the misunderstanding. I don't know anything about martial arts. I'm just here on the general's orders to take care of some official business. I didn't mean to interrupt your training.
Γιατί θυμάμαι, όχι. Χωρίς πλάκα, δεν θυμάμαι καθόλου.
If you know nothing about martial arts, why were you smirking earlier?
Well, my curiosity got the better of me, I suppose. When I heard Miss March's pondering about what to learn, I couldn't help but wander over. From my professional experience, cleavers, slicers, chopping knives, and carving knives are all just tools. Kind of like frying, sautéing, boiling, and deep frying in cooking. They're just ways for people to show off their skills.
Ναι, ναι.
How you use them really depends on the ingredients you're working with.
Ωραία. Μισό. Έρχομαι. Περιμένετε. Μην πάτε πουθενά. Περιμένετε. Τόσο καζελί. Όχι, παιδιά, ήθελα να βάλω την ξυριστική για να ρίξω ένα κούρεμα σήμερα. Και ξέχασα να τη βάλω στη φόρτιση. Οπότε τώρα το θυμήθηκα να τη βάλω μία, να κερδίσω έστω και μία ωρίτσα πριν από το τελειώσει το stream και αυτά.
It's like your sword teaching methods. If you align your ingredient, in other words, your apprentice's natural tendencies, with the right cooking method, by which I mean the teaching method that best suits her, she'll make double the progress in half the time. For example, golden eggplant tastes best when fried, cloud peppers when stir-fried, and yellow boulder beef when simmered. It's all about discovering the nature of the ingredients. I mean, apprentice.
Γάμιζε. Αλάκα. Λατρεύω. Πάμε για το 2.
All this talk about food is making me hungry.
Are you a healer? Why are you talking about food?
Έχει 2 chopsticks στο μαλλί. Τι θες τώρα?
Well, it's just a metaphor. The medicinal school I follow on the Xianzhou Yaoqing is called the Ranja School, that specializes in food therapy. So it's only natural that I know a thing or two about cooking.
So, you're the general's cook?
I'm a healer. But anyway, a cook who isn't interested in health doesn't make for a good advisor. Fine. Call me a cook if you want. Seeing the way you're looking at me, it's obvious you think I'm just some feeble academic who likes to blabber on about martial arts. But in reality,
Battlefield
I
Medic.
know a thing or two about killing. After all, the art of healing inherently encompasses both life and death.
Seriously? Trying to save face in front of kids? Ugh.
Do you recognize this bottle of medicine in my hand?
No.
Στέρεο. Τριπλό στέρεο.
Tumble dust. An extract from an exotic flower named Yabra.
Bruh.
Is it poison?
Well, it depends on how it's used. With just one drop, it's able to numb a patient's body during surgery, making them painless throughout the entire process. However...
Μακή, δεν θέλω να στο χαλάσω. Ένας Battlefield Medic σημαίνει ότι μπορεί να γίνει deploy μέσα στη μάχη. Σε ένα μεγάλο Battlefield, όπου έχει δημιουργηθεί χώρος νοσοκομείου, θα μπορούσε να είναι ένας Battlefield Medic. Δεν είναι οι medics που είναι πίσω στην πόλη ή πίσω στα στρατόπεδα και περιμένουν τους τραυματίες. Μπορεί να κάνουν makeshift ιατρείο μέσα στο Battlefield. Ξέρει από πόλεμο. Δεν είναι φλόρος. Γι' αυτό λέγεται Battlefield Medic. Όχι in-base medic. Έτσι. Μην μπερδεύεσαι. Ο τύπος ξέρει να σκοτώνει. Ή τουλάχιστον ξέρει να αντιμετωπίζει καλά τις καταστάσεις του πολέμου. Δεν πάνε όλοι οι medics σε Battlefields. Τι εννοείς, αφού λες, ναι, Battlefield Medic. Δεν είναι front line, είναι στο front line. Δεν είναι fighter, αλλά ξέρει να πολεμάει, μαλάκα. δεν θα στείλει ποτέ έναν civilian, γιατί ο γιατρός είναι civilian. Δεν θα στείλει ένα civilian στο κέντρο μιας μάχης. Περνάνε κάποιο basic military training. Και πολλές φορές μάλιστα από military personnel μπορείς να πας σαν ειδικότητα γιατρός. Δηλαδή, καλά, στο Hacksaw Ridge για τη συγκεκριμένη ταινία είναι λίγο διαφορετικά τα πράγματα. Ωραία. Δεν θυμάμαι να ήταν medic ο τύπος. Ο τύπος ήταν αντιρρησία συνείδησης. Δεν ήθελε να κρατήσει όπλο στα χέρια του. Δεν τον κάνανε medic γι' αυτό. Ήτανε θεωρητικά ένας άχρηστος φαντάρος. Ο οποίος έσωσε 70 ζωές. 90. Πώς έσωσε. Δεν ήταν medic. Δεν ήταν γιατρός. Αυτό το οποίο έκανε ήταν τα βασικά πράγματα τα οποία είχε μάθει στο στρατό. Δηλαδή, δεν πας και στο στρατό και λες «Αχ, ένας γιατρός, δεν μπορώ να κάνω καλά τον εαυτό μου». Αυτό το θυμάμαι. Αν το τάγμα του ήταν Battlefield Medics, δεν το θυμάμαι. Αλλά και πάλι δεν ήταν ότι ήταν γιατρό. Οκ, αυτό κάνει σαν Battlefield Medic. Ο Battlefield Medic λοιπόν είναι μέσα στη μάχη. Μέσα στο κέντρο της μάχης. Καλά. Όχι απαραίτητα μέσα στο κέντρο της μάχης, αλλά θα περάσει από εκεί πέρα που έγινε η μάχη. Δεν μπορείς να είσαι medic χωρίς military knowledge. Δεν μπορείς να το κάνεις αυτό. Δεν ξέρεις πώς να αντιδράσεις.
Increase the dose or the potency, and it'll slow the metabolism, making the blood thin and resulting in the loss of all senses.
Αυτό, Βαγγέλη, αυτό.
Long life species cannot escape its effects. This thing can save
Παίρνεις το
lives.
δραματία και προσπαθείς να το φέρεις πίσω για να το κάνεις καλά, αλλά είσαι μέσα στη μάχη, δεν πας στα τυφλά.
That may be so, but still, I prefer settling things with a sword than, you know.
Huh. Looks like I did get you all wrong. You're not a feeble scholar, but a
Αν medic
sinister
είσαι απλά
and
τελευταίο στο
despicable
unit.
one.
Δεν έχεις παρά την επιλογή. Δεν θα σε αφήσουν πίσω γιατί είσαι σημαντικός. Άμα χρειαστεί να πας μπροστά, πας μπροστά. Ναι, έχεις δίκιο, είναι σημαντικός ο medic, αλλά δεν έχεις επιλογή. Τότε γράψε να πεις τι θες, ρε μαλάκα. Περιέγραψε το και φορά σωστά. Καλά, Βαγγέλη, προφανώς τηλεοπτήρια για να είσαι Battlefield Medic, έτσι λέμε τώρα μαλακίες.
How can the one who's lying down label the one standing as sinister? In the throes of combat, where life and death hinge on a singular moment, every idea fades into nothingness. The only thing that matters is staying alive. Surviving the battlefield reshapes all notions of worth, be it integrity or treachery. In my eyes, their significance is negligible.
Perhaps you've underestimated Yunli and me, Mr. Jiaoqiu. We may be young, but we've seen our fair share of war.
Well, well, then you should know that the war dance is nothing more than a contest. So why are you so focused on it?
When I was appointed as the ringmaster for the war dance, I asked the general, we Cloud Knights are supposed to charge into the fray and slay enemies. Why do we have to swing swords in a ring just to please an audience? And this is how the general replied. To unsheath your sword in a ring is no different than on the battlefield, as your sword reveals the might of all Cloud Knights. The war dance is the perfect chance to showcase martial virtue and forge alliances from all over the cosmos. When we unsheath the sword without drawing blood, we not only display our might, but also the martial virtue of the Cloud Knights.
That's quite an insightful statement, Yanqing. Well, my apologies for being so short-sighted. I've been on the Luofu for quite some time, but I haven't had the chance to see the ceremony venue for myself yet. Hearing you speak so highly of it has piqued my curiosity. Would you mind showing me around?
Λοιπόν, τι λέει ο Μάκης. Δεν λέει να μείνει πίσω μέχρι στιγμής, δεν έχει πει πουθενά να μείνει πίσω, αλλά είναι πίσω από τους φαντάρους. Αυτό σου εξηγώ. Δεν είναι απαραίτητο. Δηλαδή, μπορεί αριστερά και δεξιά γίνεται της πουτάνας και στο κέντρο να υπάρχει τραυματίας. Δεν θα πει, ας πάνε μπροστά τα παιδιά και να πάω να τον πάρω. Γι' αυτό χρειάζεται και λίγο military training ο Battlefield Medic. Ωραία. Επειδή είσαι στο στρατό, πρέπει να έχεις όπλο ακόμα και αν είσαι γιατρός. Όταν είσαι εκεί πέρα, γιατί κάπως θα πρέπει να αμυνθείς τον εαυτό σου. Ωραία. Άρα λοιπόν, ένας Battlefield Medic μπορεί να είναι πίσω, μπορεί να είναι ανάμεσα στη μάχη. Εντάξει, προφανώς μπροστά δεν θα πάει ποτέ. Μπροστά μόνος του. Αλλά από τη στιγμή που υπάρχει το οποιοδήποτε είδος κάλυψης ή η δυνατότητα να τραβήξει κάποιον, θα το προσπαθήσει. Τουλάχιστον σε αυτές τις περιπτώσεις, δεν μιλάμε τώρα 100% για την πραγματικότητα. Έτσι, η πραγματικότητα είναι και αρκετά διαφορετική. Αλλά ένας Battlefield Medic είναι κάποιος ο οποίος θα μπλεχτεί μέσα στη μάχη. Κατά πάσα πιθανότητα. Έτσι. Δεν θυμάμαι. Μαζί δεν το βλέπαμε το Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. Ωραία. Είχαμε την διοικητή του τάγματος που ήταν όλοι οι αούγκανοι και μπαίνανε μέσα για να μεταφέρουν τους τραυματίες πίσω στους γιατρούς τους άλλους. Οι άλλοι γιατροί λοιπόν έμειναν αρκετά πιο πίσω από τη μάχη. Γιατί δεν ήταν φτιαγμένοι για να πολεμήσουν ή γιατί ο άλλος δεν είχε το στάμινα κιόλας, γιατί τον ελεύαμε ότι ήταν λιγάκι αδύναμος σαν healer. Λοιπόν, γι' αυτό ήταν πάρα πολύ ιδιαίτερο το ότι βρέθηκε ένας healer που μπορούσε να πολεμήσει. Ή τέλος πάντων να αντέξει την προπόνηση της άλλης της μουρλής. Λοιπόν, είναι αυτό. Τέλος πάντων, για να συνεχίσουμε και την ιστορία, μην χάσουμε πάρα πολύ χρόνο. Ένας Battlefield Medic δεν είναι απαραίτητα κάποιος ο οποίος θα μείνει κρυμμένος πίσω από τη μονάδα. Είναι κάποιος ο οποίος μπορεί να χρειαστεί να χωθεί και μέσα στη μάχη. Όχι για να πυροβολήσει, αλλά για να πάρει κάποιον που βλέπει ότι πεθαίνει. Προτεραιότητά του είναι τραυματίες. Στο Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic είναι περισσότερο ένα άνιμε στο οποίο ας πούμε από τους πρωταγωνιστές της σειράς είναι μια τύψα η οποία είναι διοικητής ενός τάγματος, διοικήτρια ενός τάγματος, με μεταφορείς τραυματιών, τραυματιοφορείς, οι οποίοι αυτή ήταν μια ομάδα από καθάρματα και ψιλοκάφρους τυπάδες, ας τους πούμε άουγγανους, οι οποίοι τι κάνανε, μπαίναν μέσα στη μάχη, κάναν απλά πολύ βασικά πράγματα, εάν χρειαζόταν, διαφορετικά πέραν τον τραυματία και τον φέρανε πίσω. Από πίσω υπήρχαν 2 healers, 3, οι οποίοι κάναν την όλη δουλειά. Από εκεί και πέρα υπήρχε και η ίδια η διοικήτρια, η οποία έμπαινε μέσα στη μάχη, η οποία ήταν μια κινητή πολεμική μηχανή, η οποία έτσι και σε έβλεπε, σου έκανε απλά με αειδιαστική άνεση το βασικό heal, ωραία, σε άφηνε εκεί πέρα, έπαιζε σφαλιάρες και ερχόταν να σε παραλάβουν. Ήταν η μόνη που το έκανε αυτό σε όλο στο άνιμε. Και μετά εμφανίστηκε ο πρωταγωνιστής που έκανε και αυτό την ίδια δουλειά. Έτσι. Είναι healer, fighter και carrier. 3 πράγματα μαζί, το οποίο κανονικά δεν γίνεται. Καλή όρεξη, Μπακελάκη. Γεια σου, Ντέμιαν. Ναι, ρε, παίζουμε αυτό, Ντέμιαν, όπου πρέπει να δούμε λίγο την ιστορία του. Μπας και μπορέσω να προχωρήσω και εγώ σαν άνθρωπος να κάνω κανένα loot. Μακή, εξαρτάται τι εννοείς frontline. Όταν είσαι μαζί με τους φαντάρους που παίζουν ξύλο, είσαι frontline. Δηλαδή, παίζει μάχη εδώ, υπάρχει τραυματίας, πας και τον παίρνεις. Είσαι frontline. Δεν θα πας να πολεμήσεις, δεν θα πας να κάνεις advance μία μάχη, αλλά είσαι frontline. Δεν είσαι frontline για να πολεμήσεις, είσαι frontline για να θεραπεύσεις. Άλλο το ένα, άλλο το άλλο. Είναι... Οπότε ναι, και ο medic μπορεί να βρεθεί frontline. Όταν είσαι σε ένα στρατόπεδο το οποίο είναι μέσα στο πεδίο της μάχης και ας είσαι και 2 χιλιόμετρα το κέντρο της μάχης, είσαι frontline. Γιατί αυτό το πράγμα θα το πάρεις και θα πας μπροστά. Δεν είναι το κέντρο της μάχης το μοναδικό frontline. Δεν δουλεύει έτσι. Frontline, ωραία, ανάλογα το τι θες να πεις, λοιπόν, είναι στη μέση της μάχης. Όταν μία ρουκέτα μπορεί να σε πετύχει με χαρακτηριστική άνεση ή μπορείς να φας επίθεση με χαρακτηριστική άνεση γιατί είσαι κοντά στο πεδίο της μάχης, είσαι frontline. δεν είσαι πίσω στο στρατόπεδο, στο διοικητήριο, στο νοσοκομείο. Γι' αυτό είναι και field medics. You are in the battlefield. Δεν υπάρχει front line στο battlefield και back line στο battlefield. Το battlefield είναι το front line το οποίο θες να προσέξεις.
You want to see the Sky Splitter ship where the war dance will be held? Let's go! I bet Yun Li and Miss March haven't seen it either, right? Well then, I'll give you all a tour.
Πολύ άρεα έχει τώρα. Πάει συνέχεια η πόρτα μου, τα νεύρα μου. Ευχαριστώ, Ντέμιαν.
Let's go. I'll give you a tour of the Sky Splitter.
Το κύριε εσείς, αν έχετε να πείτε κάτι το οποίο έχει βάση για να μπορέσουμε να το συζητήσουμε, προφανώς έτσι. Είμαι κατά του να διαφωνήσω και να διαφωνήσω. Είμαι τέρμα υπέρ να μου αποδείξει κάποιος ότι κάνω λάθος. Ωραία, με επιχειρήματα. Προφανώς. Oh.
Looks like a lot of other visitors have also come to catch a glimpse of the Sky Splitter.
Οπα.
What's up, Mr. Jiaocho?
No.
Όχι, Ντέμιαν, δεν
It's
αρκεί
nothing.
ότι έχει Αθηναϊκές πινακίδες.
Do you see that airship in the distance? That's the Sky Splitter, the venue for the war dance ceremony.
It doesn't look all that impressive from this distance.
Ντροπή.
The Sky Splitter is actually a decommissioned Luofu military vessel. People aren't allowed on board until the war dance officially commences. Tomorrow, when the bell rings and the ceremonial cannons roar, I'll be there representing the Cloud Knights of the Xianzhou Luofu, standing in the ring, ready to take on challengers from all over the cosmos. Since I was a kid, I've been training in swordplay and the art of war under the general. Every day, I'd swing my sword 10,000 times, and then thrust it 10,000 times, repeating the process over and over. I understand that I'm not like other kids. I never envied the toys and freedom they all had. I never found sword practice boring or hard. Even in the thick of battle, facing down savage abominations, I never felt scared. Each day, I could feel myself getting stronger and stronger, and I racked up countless victories. It's the best feeling in the world. But then, I faced a really tough opponent, and just one slash shattered my confidence into 1,000 pieces. That's when I felt true fear for the first time. Maybe that's what Mr. Jiaocho meant by life and death hinge on a singular moment. Every idea fades into nothingness. After that, I had to pick up the pieces and try to put myself back together. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't seem to
Για ποιο
find my
χαρακτήρα λέει,
old
άραγε?
happy self again. I often ask myself, why do I wield my sword? If defeat is inevitable, why do I continue to fight? Is it to reclaim the joy of victory? To meet the general's expectations? Or to secure my honor among the Cloud Knights? While the general could teach me the art of swordplay, he couldn't teach me why I should keep on going. He said the reason must come from within myself. I've been struggling to find that reason. But after talking with you, Mr. Jiaocho, I think I already have that reason in mind. As a member of the Cloud Knights and the General's apprentice, I've had a weight on my shoulders. And I know there's still more to shoulder. But When I wield my sword, it feels like I'm letting go of everything. I love the feeling of giving it my all, facing any obstacle in front of me, pressing forward. That's why I wield my sword.
Okay.
Oh, Yenqing. So young, yet so grown up. By the way, how old are you exactly?
Age doesn't really matter. All sword masters will understand how I feel.
I get it. Looks like all the kids on the Luofu live tough lives. So, how about you, Miss Yunli?
It's not polite to ask a girl her age, no matter which Xianzhou ship you're on.
I'm not asking your age. I'm asking if you have a dream like Yenqing has.
You don't talk like a cook. You sound more like a TV host or something.
Need I
Τι
repeat
μας έλεγες,
myself
Τζο,
again?
για πες.
I'm a healer.
Well, I don't have a dream like Yanqing does. The only reason I'm participating in the Ringmaster's Challenge is because I made a promise to my grandfather that I'd win the precious
It's not
sword
polite to
that's
ask girls'
contributed
age.
to the war dance.
Ναι, ισχύει.
Sounds like that mind of yours is just filled with swords.
I bet you've got nothing better on your mind. My father was a craftsman on the Xianzhou Juming. Because of his foolishness, many innocent people fell victim to the cursed swords he forged. Since I was a kid, it's been clear to me that not everyone deserves to have a weapon in their hands. Giving them a sword is no different than being cruel to the innocent. So, whenever I come across someone unworthy of a sword, I can't help but want to take it away from them. Given that Yenqing is the war dance ringmaster, I'm stepping up to challenge him.
Ευχαριστούμε για την ιδέα, παιδιά. Καλώς
To
ήρθατε.
ensure the
Τι κάνετε, πώς
precious
είστε?
sword doesn't fall into
Μάκι,
the
το κούκι.
hands of an unworthy master.
Hey, what do you mean by an unworthy master?
I see. It's not easy for kids on the Juming either. Well,
Κάνετε, παιδιά,
it's
πώς
better
είστε?
to have a reason
Τι παίζετε,
to wield
τι
the
παίζετε?
sword than to be lost and confused. I've saved countless cloud knights in my life, and there are plenty of exceptional warriors, just like the two of you.
What happened, Mr. Zhao Cho?
Μια χαρά.
Nothing. I was just reminded of some old friends and old tales. Judging from my professional perspective as a healer, both of you possess remarkable vitality.
Πες το
Your
και λίγο
energies flow
το
like
content που
raging
βάλανε.
fires and mighty gales. The upcoming fight will definitely be impressive. Well, we've seen the Sky Splitter and toured the Stargazer Navalia. I guess it's time to say goodbye for now.
What? You're leaving already? But you haven't asked me about my dreams. I've been working hard too, you know.
It's getting late, Miss March. Unlike you lot, I'm a grown-up bound by responsibilities and duties.
Έφαγα και
Tasks
ο
entrusted to
Μάρτς.
me by the General won't complete themselves. By the way, Yenqing,
Σε ευχαριστώ πολύ.
is it normal
Ευχαριστώ
to
πάρα
have
πολύ για
so
την ιδέα.
many
Καλή
people
ξεκούραση,
wandering
κορίνα.
around in an automated area like the Stargazer Navalia?
Actually, this is a restricted area. But since you're all guests, I made an exception, so you could take a look around.
I understand. Well, I'll take my leave. I wish you both the best of luck in the ring tomorrow.
Seriously? I just spent so much time thinking about my dream, but he didn't even ask me.
Now that we're done with our tour of the Sky Splitter, shall we continue with our training?
Why don't we take a day off?
What? You want to secretly practice swordplay by yourself? Dream on.
Dream
You know,
on.
cramming before a fight never works out. For some reason, seeing the Sky Splitter has boosted my confidence. So, I've decided to conserve my strength for tomorrow.
Μισό, παιδιά. Σιγά μη γέμισε η μηχανή, αν είναι δυνατόν. Την έχω βάλει τώρα για να κουρευτώ στις 9 το βράδυ. 6 ώρες μετά. Είναι παλιά, είναι χάλια η μπαταρία. Πιέσε μέσα.
All right. I'll take you out of the Stargazer, Navalia.
Just shut up, Red Fang. This is not a beast ship. I need some time to take care of things.
You willingly donned the skin of a lowly beast to join this mission, dedicating yourself to our glorious cause. And now you're telling me you can't handle it? Do you realize how many ships we need?
I'm doing my best, all right? It takes time to figure all this out.
When the guns go off tomorrow, all eyes will be on it. That'll be our only chance.
How's that?
Who's there?
Okay, περίεργο.
Who are you guys?
An impromptu inspection. Why are there outsiders loitering in Stargazer Navalia? And a bunch of kids at that.
Είσαι σίγουρος θα το ξεκινήσεις έτσι?
Hey, kids. Didn't your parents ever tell you to stay away from the Stargazer Navalia? I know it's an automated facility, but it doesn't mean you can just break in and do what you want.
First of all, I'm an adult. Second, I didn't just break in.
Yeah, we flew here on a star skiff. Like, whoosh!
Well, I'm not trying to tell you off, but this place is off limits to the public, you know?
Big sis, let's go. I want to play in Everhunt Plains.
Έπαιξε ωραία μπαλίτσα.
Everhunt Plains? Yeah, sure. Big Sis will take you there.
Shuha! You should have let me.
Shh, the overhaul is done, and everything looks good. We should leave.
Could you repeat what you just said, Yenching?
What did I say?
Big sis, let's go. I want to play in Everhunt Plains.
Come on. Can't you read the room? Something is definitely off about the 3 people we just met.
Yeah, anyone could see that. I just wanted to hear you say it again. That pink-haired fox tried to say something. I'm pretty sure he sensed something fishy. Since he's not familiar with this place, he just dropped us a hint. But you didn't seem to be paying attention at all.
I knew that from the beginning.
They said they were doing an overhaul, but it looked like they had no idea how to operate the Starskiff production line, right?
And it's suspicious how they suddenly
Πολύ
finished their
ενδιαφέρον.
overhaul and walked away as soon as they laid eyes on us.
A Cloud Knight, a member from the Skyfaring Commission, and a craftsman. They're from various departments, and the reason for the overhaul seems legit. But one of them blurted out some weird language just now. Did you hear that? I have a feeling that if we secretly tail them, we'll definitely catch these guys in the act. Follow my lead, and be careful not to blow our cover.
Γιατί κάτι μου λέει ότι έχουν να κάνουν με τον λυκάνθρωπο που είναι στη φυλακή. Και πάνε να επιτεθούν στο πλοίο που θα είναι ο λυκάνθρωπος.
Never mind who they are. Let's just film them.
We should have just killed those lowly beasts. Those little brats won't take up much space. There are boxes all over this place. Just dump them into one and no one will notice.
Πολύ ευγενικός αυτός.
Screwlock. Even the slightest slip-up could interfere with Lord Moktok's plans.
So where are we heading next?
To check the freight skiffs. We've got a lot of preparations to do. Also, don't forget to take those crates with you. Weapons, supplies. We've got to be well prepared. Otherwise, we're screwed.
So, are they smugglers? What exactly are they up to?
I have no clue, but they seem to be moving those crates. I've got an idea. We can hide inside the crates and follow them.
Δεν είναι πολύ καλή ιδέα αυτό.
So cramped in here.
I can hardly breathe.
Just hang in there.
Αν ανοίγανε τώρα, λέει, την πόρτα θα σας πιάνανε σε πολύ ντροπιαστικές θέσεις για να κρύβεστε.
Let's just put the cargo here for now, all right? Then we'll move on to inspect the ships. Lord Moktok said that as soon as we're done, we're to board the freight skiff and leave this place.
Don't worry, I've changed the shipping schedule. You two, come with me.
If you wanna leave.
Just me? I keep smelling that stench of lowly beasts everywhere we go.
Ναι, ξεκάθαρα.
Don't be so paranoid.
Ο τύπος είναι λυκάνθρωπος, ξεκάθαρα.
Looks like they're planning to escape on the skiffs in Stargazer Navalia. They keep talking about their plans, but where do they come from? And what do they want to do on the Xianzhou?
They're definitely up to something bad. Wait, they disappeared. Let's catch up to them.
Okay. Λοιπόν, perform also the discoveries of the running or sprinting. Ωραία, οπότε είμαστε διακριτικοί, δεν τρέχουμε, δεν σπριντάρουμε. Δεν κάνουμε πράγματα τα οποία μπορούσαν να δημιουργήσουν φασαρία. Π.χ. να σπάσουμε κουτιά για να πάρουμε το loot. Και έχουμε και διάφορα κουτιά τα οποία θα μας επιτρέψουν να κρυφτούμε.
Tread softly, breathe quietly, and make sure to keep an eye on them. Hide out of sight as soon as there's any sign of activity.
Hello!
Don't be so paranoid. We're running out of time. Get over here! Too hard. I'm coming!
They're leaving. We should catch up to them. Quickly!
Α, έχουμε και ίδια περιοχούλα για να λουτάρω.
What are they up to? They're all wearing official uniforms, but I'm pretty sure they're not members of the Skyfaring Commission, the Artisanship Commission, or the Cloud Knights. This is way too suspicious.
Ω, καλά είσαι.
Never mind who they are. Let's just film them. That way, if they do anything bad, we'll have solid evidence against them.
Ω, έχουμε και quick time events.
Look at this. A freight star skiff with enough room to fit at least 20 of my men. I'll let the others know and have them prepare more star skiffs. Once we're past the checkpoint, there will be beast ships waiting for us. Lord Moktok is ready. The revival of our ancient bloodline all hinges on this operation.
What did he just say? Beast ships?
Who's there?
It's those brats! I told you to get rid of them, but you didn't listen, you idiot! Wipe them all out!
Ναι, 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 καλή τύχη.
Adusa! Die, you lowly beasts!
Nice job! Not very sportsmanlike.
Joining the battle. Attack!
Need a doctor?
Κάνε ένα heal.
Support received. Sam in position.
Ωραία, πάμε εδώ.
Like firefly until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
Πάει ο ένας.
Ready to shine.
Ο άλλος δεν αισθάνεται και πάρα πολύ καλά, σημαντικό αυτό.
How familiar.
Another journey begins. On the still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Set the seas ablaze!
Bye-bye.
How is this possible? How did these Foxians change their appearances like that?
They're not Foxians at all. They revealed their true form. They're Borisin, just like the bandits I defeated on the IPC ship.
Wait, that means...
Well, how did the Borisin manage to infiltrate the Xianzhou?
It's not just a simple disguise of wearing our clothing and shaving their whiskers. They're somehow able to alter their appearance to be indistinguishable from Foxians.
Ενδιαφέρον. Πολύ ενδιαφέρον
Official
αυτό.
IDs for the Skyfaring Commission, the Artisanship Commission, and even the Cloud Knights? Let me check this fake Cloud Knight's tag. Maybe it'll give us some clues. Lujun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad? Wait!
What's the matter?
I encountered a patrol officer named Lujun before. It was a few weeks ago, when we were transporting the Borisin prisoners. If they can forge official identities and move around the Xianzhou without raising suspicion... Oh no, this is bad.
Even worse. If you find one cockroach on the Express, it usually means...
There are more Borisin hiding on the Xianzhou. I bet their plan is much bigger than just stealing information.
Ξεκάθαρα.
We've got to report this to the Seat of Divine Foresight.
Όπα ρε, με θυμηθήκανε. Παιδιά, sorry που τώρα να κάνω και μια παραγγελία να φάω τίποτα το μεσημέρι.
I am glad to finally meet you in person, guests from the Astral Express. I'm Fei Xiao, the general of the Xianzhou Yaoqing.
Let me introduce our guest to you. The one dressed in green.
He's the reincarnation of Imbibitor Lune, and the person behind him is the newest member of the crew. I've heard a lot about you. Outside the reports from the Luofu, the Skyfaring Commission of the Yaoqing has also gathered plenty of information about both of you. I've been eager to meet you face to face for reasons that I'm sure General Jing Yuan has explained, right?
Ναι, οκ.
Straight to the point. I like it. According to General Jing Yuan's report, the Ruin Legion is to blame for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, and all Arbiter Generals should pay attention to the Ruin Author's movements. Over the years, the Destruction's minions have wreaked havoc on countless worlds, and the Alliance has been keeping an eye on them. But no one expected them to join hands with the remnants of the Abundance. The damage caused by the Ambrosial Arbor crisis was far less severe than expected, which is good news for us. However, it was quite different from the Ruin Legion's usual style of destroying life wherever they go. While I trust the bravery of the Divine Foresight and the Nameless, I'm curious about some details missing from the report.
Δηλαδή.
I'd like to take this chance to have an exchange with both of you.
Για πες.
Let me be clear. The questions I'll ask might not reflect my actual thoughts. So please don't take offense if any of my questions seem a bit harsh.
Okay.
Please go ahead, General. But keep in mind we can only answer based on what we know. And perhaps you already have the answers to your questions in your heart.
You have a clever tongue. I like it.
The Merlin's claw is quite articulate. Right now, her intentions are unknown, and Jing Yuan wants us to be honest.
Okay, ας μείνουμε στα facts που ξέρουμε.
Maybe I'll just stick to the facts we know.
Let's cut to the chase. Before the crisis struck, the Astral Express was guided here by a Stellaron hunter, a wanted felon. in an attempt to resolve the Stellaron crisis. However, everyone in the cosmos knows of the Stellaron Hunter's reputation. So, why did you place so much trust in them? Could it be that some of you have a connection with them?
Apart from the Lafu, there are many other worlds suffering from Stellaron corrosion. For example, Eurillo 6, the world that the Express stopped at before reaching the Lafu, was one of them.
To the Express, Stellarons act as roadblocks on the Silver Rail and pose risks to the warping process. And that's why dealing with Stellaron issues is part of the duty of the Nameless.
Ah, I've heard about those problems caused by Stellarons. The Express connects various worlds, so it makes sense for you to take care of this. The cosmos is a mess, and the Trailblazers are just doing their best to fix it. I understand.
Ωραία, πάμε παρακάτω.
Let's move on to the next question. The report suggests that Don Shu, the master of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, colluded with the Lord Ravager and used the power of the Stellaron to resurrect the Ambrosial Arbor.
Ωραία.
But here's the thing. Don Shu was just a chief alchemist. Even if she colluded with our enemies and summoned the Stellaron, how did she manage to bypass the Videodora guards around the Ambrosial Arbor?
Αυτό ούτε καν το θυμάμαι.
If the Lafu hadn't exiled Danheng, leaving the Videodora with no leader, they wouldn't have fallen into chaos, and there wouldn't have been the opportunity to bring the Stellaron to the roots of the Arbor unnoticed.
Imbibitor Lune was exiled due to his own crimes. Now, Danheng, as his reincarnation, is free from his sins. However,
Ο
why did he
χαρακτήρας
risk
μιλάει σε cutscene,
trespassing
ναι.
on the Xianzhou Laofu before his exile was lifted?
I was concerned about the safety of my companions, so I acted brazenly. I admit I was reckless at the time, but
he returned despite everything. Now, let's consider the outcome. The Arbor was resurrected, and the Laofu required a High Elder to repair the seal and suppress the plague mark.
Γιατί σε κοροϊδεύει το Warframe, Βαγγέλη? Τι έγινε?
According to the report, Lord Ravager Fantilia is the mastermind behind the entire conspiracy. She disguised herself as an ambassador of the Skyfaring Commission and traveled with you, only to vanish without a trace later on. It seems too convenient to label her as a scapegoat.
We were working with Diviner Fu, and she also witnessed Fantilia's true form. You're not going to doubt one of your own people, are you?
Of course not. We can trust the testimony of Master Diviner Fu Xuan. However, even if she saw it with her own eyes, we can't completely rule out the possibility that she might have been deceived. After all, it's suspicious how the culprit just bizarrely vanished. Oh, it seems that your answers
Τα αλλού
have
αθράξ
addressed
μαζεύαμε
all my
χτες, Βαγγελή.
questions. Generals, I am finished with my questioning.
So, what do you think, General Fei Shao? Have the doubts in the report been cleared up?
The two nameless have been honest in their answers. Even though there are some tricky details, my intuition tells me there is nothing wrong. However, the three questions I posed earlier were not just for the nameless, but for you too, General Jing Yuan. First, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus grew uninterrupted on the Law Fu, yet the 6 charioteers were not aware of it. That was a dereliction of duty. Second, you believed in the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy and entrusted
Πριν τα αλλού
outsiders
αθράξ
to solve
κάναμε
the crisis,
circuit.
even granting them access to the plague mark. That was a dereliction of responsibility. Third, you insist on holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, putting the Lawfu back in the spotlight. That is a dereliction of wisdom.
Merlin's Claw.
Argon Crystals,
Your
ναι, τι.
line of thinking? Or the Ten Lords?
From the moment I walked in, I made it clear that the questions I'd ask might not reflect my actual thoughts.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus were deeply rooted and had been plotting for a long time. I admit it was my negligence for not noticing it earlier. As for the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy, I didn't believe all of it, but in the end, the Lawfu did survive the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. So, I think it's safe to say that Elio's prophecy about the future holds some merit. And as for the war dance, do you think I'm unaware of the risks? However, risks can also be opportunities. The Lawfu has lain low for too long. I believe it's time to stir up the dregs hidden in the depths and wash them away once and for all.
Just as I expected from our sophisticated divine foresight. You have a way with words. I like it. But, unfortunately, ever since the report was submitted, the Alliance has been filled with rumors and speculation. Even within the Lawfu, there are people accusing you of neglecting your duties, resulting in the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection.
So what are your thoughts on all of this, General Fei Shao?
As a fellow Arbiter General, I fully understand the difficulties of this position. Personally, I think all these rumors are meaningless drivel. Across the sea of stars, the divine foresight knows better than anyone else what happened on the Lawfu and the meaning behind it. Just as what happened on the Xianzhou Yaoqing recently.
You mean the Xianzhou Yaoqing is also...
The scouts of the Verdant Knights have sent back reports that Borisin are making trouble again. The Borisin packs that were once divided and scattered have started swallowing each other up, forming larger and larger packs. Moreover, there's an entity named Mongus behind it all.
An entity?
According to the report, this entity isn't actually a Borisin. It's a woman claiming to be the messenger of the Master of Immortality. She's described as having 12 faces and 12 pairs of
περίεργο
fangs,
αυτό, ναι.
as cruel as poison and as elusive as quicksand. The Borisin believe she'll give them a chance to rise again.
That's Ventilia.
That's right.
Καλά
You're
πες.
lucky that I'm the one who came this time. If it were the Patina Justice or the Seer Strategist, this conversation might not be so friendly. I've always had faith in my instincts, so I don't doubt your good intentions. But the Alliance has its fair share of questions and doubts about the Lawfu. So, my plan is to come up with an acceptable answer to satisfy the Alliance.
What's in this plan, General Fei Shao?
General Jing Yuan, you already know what has to be done. But since you don't want to be the bad guy, I'll take care of it for you. You need the final word from the Ten Lords Commission to quell any doubts. And
ωραία.
for that,
Το έχουμε.
I'll have to ask the two nameless to visit the Shackling prison. No, I'm not imprisoning you. While you're there, I'll ask a judge in the Ten Lords Commission's Interrogation Division to record a detailed testimony with the karmic mirror from both of you. We'll fill in the gaps that weren't covered in the report and silence any protests within the Alliance.
I'm okay with that.
Your willingness to help is truly heartwarming, youngsters.
Then, as the Merlin's Claw requests...
Oh, there's one more thing. This testimony is for silencing the voices of opposition within the Alliance, but I would like to urge General Jing Yuan to listen to the pleas of the Foxians on the Xianzhou Yaoqing.
So, you are here for Hule.
Exactly. Hule is locked up in the Lawfu's shackling prison. Since he is the broodlord of the Borison, I want to transfer him onto the Xianzhou Yaoqing and imprison him there. The recent movements of the Borison suggest they're planning something big, so we must act preemptively.
It
Δεν μ'
makes
αρέσει
sense to
αυτό.
have the Foxians keep an eye on their arch nemesis. Since you trust my judgment, I'll repay that trust. What do you think about all this, General Huayan?
I was worried this would turn into a heated argument, but it seems like both of you are on the same
Ποιος
page.
στυλ πάθει βρε μαλάκα μάτι που δεν το έχει ανοίξει ο άλλος και δεν έχει
Couldn't
κάρτες.
have asked for a better outcome.
And as for Hule, I'll send my lieutenants Jiao Chou and Moza to check on his condition in prison and ready him for transport. If there are no more questions, shall we get this started?
Μάκη, μιλάς σε έναν 13 rank χαρακτήρα. Ποιο στυλ πάθ? Τι να πάει να κάνεις στο στυλ πάθ? Ευαγγέλια, μα είναι αν έχεις το... Πώς το λένε? Το Extermination στο Void, κάνε αυτό που κάναμε χτες. Διαφορετικά, πώς το λένε? Περίμενε και θα έρθουμε. Όχι, Βαγγέλη, δεν έχεις καμία ελπίδα στο Steel Path. Μου γκρινιάζεις για τα level 50. Στα level 130 δεν θα κάνεις τίποτα. Όχι survival. Όχι survival. Είμαι τέρμα κατά του survival. Για κανένα λόγο. Ειδικά σε first level, ούτε καν survival. Extermination μόνο. Το survival, έχω κάνει survival 45 λεπτά. Είχα πάρει ένα Argon. Εχθές κάναμε 2 exterminations με χαλαρή βόλτα. Χτυπήσαμε 3 σε 15 λεπτά. Δεν το συζητώ. Όχι, Μάκη, το survival ούτως ή άλλως, εφόσον οι πιθανότητες τα τέρατα αυξάνονται όσο ανεβαίνουν το level, πρέπει να περιμένεις 5 λεπτά. Και έχω αποδείξει σε αρκετές φορές ότι το survival δεν είναι ο καλύτερος χώρος. Εκτός για να πας οργανωμένος. Δηλαδή να πας να έχεις τα double loot, να πας με κανένα νέκρος, να πας και με... Ποιος άλλος που χρησιμοποιείται για να φαρμάρεις γρήγορα? Hydroid. Αλλά δεν υπάρχουν αυτά. Εσύ, όσο και να χτυπιέσαι, Μάκη, οι πιθανότητες είναι μικρές. Μπορεί να βρεις τα 5 λεπτά μαζί σου. Μπορεί στα 45 λεπτά να μην βρεις. Και να σου πω κιόλας, ψάχναμε Argon σε Steel Path 45 λεπτά και δεν βρήκαμε. Έτσι, είναι πιθανότητες. Είναι πολύ πιο γρήγορα να κάνεις 5 λεπτά μία πίστα και να δεις αν θα βρεις κρίσταλο. Ωραία. Και άμα θες πήγαινε κάνει και capture. Ούτε καν extermination. Capture, ψάχνεις γύρω-γύρω και φεύγεις. Ποιο λέω, ποιο αυτό που λέω είναι ψέμα? Ρεμάκι. Ρεμάκι. Στυλπα. Διπλές πιθανότητες να πάρεις τον drop. Μαζί σου. Έχω κάνει με το Σαλόνικα. Στυλπα. 40 λεπτά survival. Σε πίστα δεν έχουμε βγάλει ένα Argon. Ή ψάχναμε για τέτοιο. Ή ψάχναμε για τα άλλα που κάνει στα Orokin. Orokin. Orokin Cell. Δεν είχαμε βρει. Το survival είναι ένας καλός τρόπος. Αλλά πρέπει να κάτσεις αρκετά. Μπορεί στα 30 πρώτα λεπτά να μην βγάλεις τίποτα και μετά από τα 35 και μετά να αρχίσεις να βγάζεις ατρελός γιατί αυξάνονται οι πιθανότητες. Έχει διαδικασία προετοιμασίας. Και εσύ μιλάς για Steel Path. Κάτι το οποίο ο Βαγγέλης δεν μπορεί να ακολουθήσει. Και Βαγγέλη, ναι, ξέρω ότι δεν ακούγεται ευχάριστο αυτό, αλλά το να πας να κάνεις το Steel Path, να κάνεις κάτι και να μην σου βγει, είναι τσάμπα χάσιμο χρόνο. Όχι. Συγχαρητήρια που σου δείχνει στο δεύτερο, στα 2-5 λεπτά. Εμένα δεν μου τα κηρύξεις ποτέ. Δεν ξέρω να βάζεις μπαφάκια, δεν ξέρω να πηγαίνεις με Hydroid ή με νεκρός και έχεις έξτρα επιλογές, αλλά εμένα δεν έχει γίνει ποτέ. Μισό λεπτάκι. Και λοιπόν ετοιμαστείτε κιόλας, πατήστε μου και ένα θαυμαστικό NPGS, γιατί YouTube θα αφήσουμε εδώ πέρα το βίντεο αυτή τη στιγμή. Θα κάνουμε τα 2 giveaways που χρωστάμε και θα τα πούμε την επόμενη φορά. Γεια σου YouTube!